Aquarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So what's going on for you, Aquarius? There's a feeling you are in a transition week. Now, a lot of people don't like transition weeks because there's a feeling of not everything's under our control. Okay, I will clarify it. And I would say most of the movement this week seems to be in the area of your relationships, because the Chariot has showed up and how people are showing up for you. So there's a lot of movement here. So when the Chariot shows up in this position, there's probably a chance that there's people moving towards you. I wonder who's moving towards you. Okay, yeah, the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. There might be a lot of emotional movement for you this week, Aquarius, okay? I'm thinking back to your general December reading when the Lover's card was the main theme, but there was something as an obstacle, that Three of Swords. It looks to me that there's going to be a stepping forward, maybe a revealing of someone's true intentions for you, something like that. But your advice card seems to be to take things slowly, okay? Because your advice card is the Seven of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man is the gift. So in a strange way, they're both the same card. It's almost, if I was actually, I am an Aquarius, and it's almost about not jumping into anything, to allow something to proceed. And this something definitely seems to be about your relationships. I think it might be a challenge to keep things cool, because the central issue is the King of Wands, okay? I'm sort of laughing at this King of Wands, and he's looking right at the Chariot. This is quite intense energy coming your way. If the King of Wands is not about relationships, he's a very, very driven character. So there might be a desire to actualize a lot of goals, you know, to go for new areas of expression. Now that South Node is away from our sign, there's a lot of, we're being released, Aquarius, to make some powerful decisions, to move our life forward. Now this King of Wands is staring right at the Chariot card. So for some of you, it might be a fire sign. If it's not a fire sign, there's an awful lot of passion here, guys. There's an awful lot of chemistry. And it's not only about chemistry, it's very much about feelings as well going on. But your advice is to slow things down, because the gift is the Hanging Man, okay? So the Hanged Man is very much like the Seven of Pentacles. As an archetype, he hangs himself upside down for 3 days in order to receive divine guidance, okay? Now, Aquarius, I would never make any big decisions in my life unless I knew so deep within that something was healthy for me or something was good for me. The Hangman as the gift is about going within in order to receive clear-cut direction about the next movement forward. Plus your advice card is the Seven of Pentacles. Now your challenge is the Five of Discs. So for some of you, this is a downright feeling of financial stress, not feeling that you've got enough resources. This time of year is like that for most people. If it's not about money, there can still be a sense of feeling a little bit cut off. Because look, there's 2 people here, 3 actually, and the light is here, but both people are standing a little bit separate from it. So even though there's this movement in your relationships, and this King of Wands is looking right at you, Again, people don't own the signs. It's about chemistry. There's a feeling that there might still be a little bit of a wall that separates you. Okay, for some of you, you might have some new goals and intentions, but you don't have all the resources yet to reach out for these goals, for these intentions that you desire. So I'm asking why the Five of Pentacles is the challenge. It's with the Two of Discs. So some of you might have to let go of one of these pentacles you're holding on to. It's very, very, because I understand the cards from my position as an Aquarius. I want to invest in some new training, which would be letting go of one of these pentacles and feeling a little bit of a lack. But it's really about to actualize all my potentials, and that's how these cards would play out. But in a relationship issue, because your reading seems to be about relationships, there's definitely a sense of an awful lot of passion, quite deep emotions, but there's a page and a queen together. So that's quite an odd combination, because the page is a very, very young, very sort of innocent energy, and the queen's a very mature energy. There might be an age gap for some of you, by the way, or it might be almost, there's a little bit of a uncertainty around this bond. So what lies behind you, where you're coming away from, is the Four of Cups, which is probably my least favourite card. Not because it's a bad card, but it lacks a feeling of energy. Okay, you're sort of just staring at this tree, maybe a little bit flat out, maybe a little bit tired, but you see this cup in front of you, but you haven't been taking action, or there's been a lack of energy towards movement. I guarantee you, Aquarius, this will be changing this week. But there's definitely still the energy of waiting and the Hanging Man. This is clarified by the Between Worlds cards. This is a transition card, a bit like the Six of Swords in the tarot. So you're moving from a grey world. This, to me, is a very, very grey world, okay? Because it's such a lacking of passion, of life force. But you're going into this beautiful, beautiful world of colour, of clarity, of love, okay? And passion, because it's orange. But this week might be one of those transition weeks, okay? I think I'm going to ask for one more clarifying card for you. I'm going to ask for another card to clarify the Seven of Pentacles as the advice card. Okay. The advice, Aquarius, slow down, but move forward. The Knight of Cups. This is about accepting what offers are coming your way. You've got the Queen, the Knight, and the Page. So there's a mix mash of dynamics and levels of maturity. But your advice is to accept very open-heartedly whatever offers are coming your way. To open yourself up to love, basically, your emotional world. But at the same time, keep things slow. Okay, now, a lot of us don't want to hear that, but you know what? Allowing things to unfold in a natural, organic way resolves the issues around karma, okay? I'm an astrologer as well, and when we don't go and fight for something, but we allow the natural unfoldment of something, it gives a different flavour to the relationship. It's much based on a deeper connection rather than the very much the lower vibrations around control and things. Very interesting week. Yeah, this is definitely about healing. Six of Pentacles. There might be some financial support. You might be giving financial support. Or there's a healing of your relationships. This is all about relationships, because the Chariot is also a Cancer card. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards around, or 5 around your emotions. But what I find most exciting, Aquarius, is your world's about to move into Technicolor. And when we move into Technicolor, it's because we're living from our heart and not a sort of dead zone where everything's grey, everything's very, very sort of nothingness, basically. And that seems to be the energy. Very, very, very beautiful cards here. Take it easy. Take one step at a time. Be the Hanged Man, which means be open to this guidance, to surrendering control, but accept whatever offers are coming your way. It doesn't even matter if it's not the right person. It's about opening your world and saying yes to the world and yes to the universe, Aquarius. I really like your reading. I think there's some beautiful movement going on here around your heart and your emotions especially. Okay, Aquarius, hope that helped. Lots of love. Bye.